Extraction 2 is directed by Sam Hargrave and stars Chris Hemsworth as Tyler Rakes. And this time around, after the events of the first film, Tyler is now healed up and is now in a bit of a retirement stage, up until Idris Elba gives him another mission to go out and save his ex-wife's sister, who is now being held in a prison by her husband and his brother. And Chris Hemsworth had to extract her out of there and get her and her children back to his ex-wife safe and sound. Now, I really enjoyed the first Extraction. It was a fun 80s-like action film that is unapologetically fun and brutal and violent, with a really charismatic Chris Hemsworth in the role, and just was a fun movie all in all in 2020 to get us out from the terrible stage we were in. You know, the whole world was seemingly about to collapse, but we're here right now. It was like a fun palate cleanser, like an escapist thing that we needed at the time. So how do they pay that off in the second movie? How did they follow that up? They did everything in the first film, but made it better. They made the story better, they made the action better, they made the characters better. Like, how did they manage to get this freaking good? This has been such a great year for action films. I mean, the 20-minute wonder is absolutely fantastic. Sure, there's a couple moments where you could possibly see where the cuts may have been implemented to make it look like one shot, but the way the camera moves around the action sequences, how it was shot in full wide where you could see everything, see how hard the choreography hits, like, and the different locations they go to, how they change up the action, just how do they manage to do it? I'm trying to be as spoiler-free as possible, but seriously, this 20-minute wonder is incredible, and I wish I could have seen this movie in theaters. This scene alone would have been worth the price of admission. As I said, it is a violent film. It is rated R, and I love how it doesn't shy away from showing a lot of brutal action sequences. I hate it how lately things have been going for a safe PG-13, but now we're back to the R-rated glory days of the 80s, and with a charismatic lead role and character. Just Tyler Rakes was all around fun to watch in these action sequences, and Chris Hemsworth gives his performance his all. In fact, I think he's given a lot more to do in terms of character and how his character banters and interacts with all the others around him. It's not like Shakespeare levels of writing. It's not like Oscar level of writing. But it is writing that makes the characters a bit more believable than in the first film, and a lot more relatable, and you feel like there's some sort of stake within the story. Like, I love how the story is a lot more personal to our main character, instead of just being some random kid he is having to save at one point, which is what the first movie is. And I like the first movie, but I love how this story here in the second movie is a lot more personal. And even without the story, the action would have still been better, but because they actually put a bit more attention to detail in the story and have us care about the characters more so than last time, it just made the action feel a lot more dangerous. And I love that about this film. How it was able to retain a good story while having us entertained with a whole lot of fantastic action sequences throughout the entire runtime. It also goes on for a straight 2 hours, never overstays its welcome. It felt like that was a perfect runtime. If I do happen to have a flaw, is that maybe the villain is a bit, we've seen this type of villain before, but he works well enough for the story and for who the characters are going up against and how he ties back to our main characters. I think they did an overall fine job at making him threatening and he's definitely a lot more memorable than in any of the villains from the previous film. It's just that I still don't think he's a fantastic villain. He just served the story well enough. But overall, I found this movie to be extremely entertaining. Even though the story and writing is not like the best overall still gives us a whole lot to care about for our characters. The action is fantastic once again. The performances are absolutely great. Overall, this is just another fun movie in this possible extraction series that is seeming to be built up now. And just, I cannot wait for what the next movie has in store. Because this movie sets up a whole lot of things in the future that I'm really excited to see in this world and with this character of Tyler Rakes. And I cannot wait to see more of what Sam Hargrave and Chris Hemsworth have in store for us. I'm going to give Extraction 2 an A-. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys next time.